Welcome to episode 126 of the Still Drippin Happy Hour. If you're on YouTube right now, you can see a little preview of our show. But this is Mason on the move tonight. We got Hayes Holla.
Yeah, you know what it is. You should be on the YouTube.
You should be on the YouTube.
You should be
for
on the
sure.
YouTube. Mike, I was with Mike this weekend, and he said he's left a bunch of comments, so we need to go back and read a bunch of the comments because I haven't noticed.
Oh, yeah, I haven't.
No,
haven't
on the
been
YouTube.
checking. On the YouTubes, I got
On the YouTube.
Okay.
So go follow us on the YouTube and follow everything else, and tell your friends and family and
do
that stuff.
Just being honest, I just turned off the disable explicit comments or something like that, like insensitive comments. So you can say literally whatever you want to us on YouTube, and it will post immediately now. So we'll see.
And if it's going to be bad, make it funny.
Make it funny.
You're welcome to make it bad.
Exactly.
Just make it funny.
Oh man. Yeah, I'll try to look up some of the comments and have those prepared for us if there's any good ones.
That's right.
Well, anyways, welcome into episode 126. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Go follow the Cards One, Cookies on the Bottom Shelf. Follow us on Instagram at Still Drippin TN. Follow us on YouTube at Still Drippin TN as well. Our channel is the Still Drippin Happy Hour. You can listen as a podcast. You can just watch the videos, however you want, whatever form you want on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple, whatever.
Anywhere right. You can listen.
How you been, Hayes?
Just so. That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is a perseverance episode. I think Mason said a minute ago he's had a long night, and it's been a long week, a long couple weeks, and I'm tired. And we're doing this because perseverance, and it's kind of therapeutic. Not gonna lie, I've always felt that way, and I know you have too.
Yeah, we built it into our week for a reason, so it's a good thing.
That's fair. It's always nice to connect with my Mason.
All right. I mean, I'm trying to think of any other non-sneakers updates.
Do you have anything relevant to the city we're in? Do you have anything about the Titans throwback uniforms?
Titans throwbacks. I didn't have it on the docket, but it's something we need to cover.
You have a picture, or you want me to pull one up real quick and find one?
I don't have a picture, but
all right. So if you know what we're talking about, I feel like this is. I know it is, and you know too. This is way overdue. The Titans rarely, if ever, have throwbacks, and much less they have never gone back to the Oilers era. And they just unveiled a throwback Oilers uniform. And I don't know, there's going to be some people that hate, but I feel like if you are in Nashville and you've kept up from the beginning, in your heart, you're like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah, 100%. Would you add anything? No, I don't think I would add anything. I would say that the reason we haven't seen these is because up until this year, I believe, maybe last year, the NFL had a one helmet policy. So it would have looked weird with Titans helmets and Oilers jerseys. Not that they couldn't have done it.
Here's a video. Go to YouTube.
That's why we're seeing it now.
Here's the. This isn't even mock-ups. This is it's Eddie George. I don't know. This is bad radio because I'm just playing it off my phone. This
is the YouTube or the Instagram video that the Titans put out.
Yeah, this is awesome. Again, I'm not a big football fan anymore, but nonetheless, this is a really cool moment. Great idea.
Yeah,
there's tons of pictures on the Titans Instagram page. You know what? I'm going to share it right now.
I mean, it is. I will say, I was not excited. Like, people around me at work were like waiting for the drop to come out on Sunday, which I used to be huge into uniform jersey. It's like on Uni Watch every day, free shout out. I'm just not as into it anymore.
Paul Lucas, free shout out.
Yes, Paul Lucas, yeah,
he's great.
and I love the tidbits and stuff that they give, and but I've just always thought the Titans jerseys. I didn't like when they went to Nike. I didn't like those jerseys, and so I was pretty down. I thought they were going to screw these up, but they did a really good job. These look really good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to complain about the colors. Everything looks right. I did not realize that was the reason why they didn't. They have a two. You said that it's a 2 helmet rule.
No, before they had a 1 helmet rule, so you could not have. You could. I think the Redskins.
So they could wear the Titans uniform helmet with the Oilers, or no, it'd be the Oilers uniform with the Titans helmet. Mm-hmm. That's dumb,
right? So the way some teams got around it by changing the sticker decals on the helmet, so they would have like the Redskins did a throwback, and they just took the Redskins logo off the helmet.
We don't say Redskins.
Well, this was when they were the Redskins.
We don't say that.
Apologies. The Commanders, which they're gonna possibly change their name again under new ownership.
Well, that would make total sense because the Commanders is the dumbest name.
That is probably the dumbest name. Yeah.
Is there a worse name in? Man, we should have a draft like best names and worst names in sports, and that's going to be.
I think we could do that. Yeah. How do you feel about the Cleveland Guardians?
That's trash as well.
I heard that there was a reason behind it. I'm not sure what it was. Listen, but
I understand the cultural appropriation stuff, and I don't.
Right.
I get it.
100%.
And I understand how Redskins could be offensive to someone. I understand how, I guess, as a stretch, Indians can be.
I think the Indians.
I can get that.
That to me, the name is not really offensive to me. Definitely the red-faced logo.
Chief Woohoo or whatever?
Chief Wahoo, yeah.
Yeah, he's a classic, though. It's like...
Right, I agree. I don't... The name itself, though, I mean...
Do you not feel like...
It seems more offensive to, like, people from India than it would be Native Americans, right?
Listen, but isn't it intended to be... You know, some of it, maybe I'm way off base. And I don't know the history of the Cleveland Indians, but for that one particular, do you not feel like it's not what's the right word? It's a tribute to that person.
Yeah, I think in some cases
I think it's intended to be like, hey, we're remembering you, right?
Right.
To specifically call out the color of someone's skin, like that's.
Right. Yes.
That's been a stretch forever.
Yeah. 100%.
That one makes a lot more sense than the Indians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like, where do we draw the line? Like the Braves, that's after the Indians, right?
Florida State Seminoles, that's after an Indian tribe.
Right. Exactly. The Fighting Illini.
Goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do some get a pass and some don't? Or is it just that people don't care and some people say, you know what, we care more than whatever. I don't know.
It's probably where you can trace the history of the name back to. I would assume. Yeah. I don't know.
That's probably fair.
So, all right. Well, that could be one of our top fives tonight. I had an idea, so we'll kick around a few, but before then, let's jump inside the box.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right, Hayes, up first. I think you're going to like what we got this week. What did you think of it's not going to show us. Here we go. The Travis Scott silhouette.
Man, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
This is the closest to a Nike Yeezy we've ever seen. In the best way. It looks like a Nike Yeezy. He took the best, like the sole is a Yeezy. It's off of which would be off of is that the Bo Jackson trainer or what is this? What's the sole of the shoe off of? Or it's the Jordan 4.
It's the Jordan 4, right? Yeah, the 4 is what the first thing that I thought of, but it could be a trainer as well. Like those The
No, it's the
4
4.
and
It's
the Air Flight, like
Yeah.
the 90, they had the same bottoms on them.
Man, this is a great effort by Travis Scott. He said, I'm going to take the elements not in a cheesy Six
Right.
Rings way. I'm going to take the elements of some of my favorite shoes. So you got the 4, you got a dunk, you've got the strap. So that feels Yeezy to me, but it's Bo Jackson trainer. This is a great shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the strap to me, just any cross trainer.
Yeah.
That's just a very cross trainer thing. Got
It's
a
a great effort.
normal toe box, like Jordan 1 looking toe box kind of.
Yeah. The 4 sole, it gives it enough of a different look without making it look hokey.
Right. They changed it. Does the 4 have an air bubble on the back?
Yes, it does. So
Right.
he didn't
So
use the
this one
whole. It's like
doesn't.
a dunk mixed with, and you can also tell because he's been wearing a lot of McEnroes. It's got that shape, and you can tell he was inspired by the McEnroe.
There we go.
On these.
Yeah.
Dope shoe.
No, I think you nailed it. This is the first time that we've seen a new silhouette put out in a long time that it's not a world beater. It's not crazy good. I mean, I wouldn't probably ever buy this, but it's a new silhouette. When's the last time we've been talking about a new silhouette from Nike?
Yeah.
It's been a bad Air Max. That's probably it. I mean, the React 88, is that what they were called?
Man, that came and gone. 87s?
87s. Yeah,
Flash in the
that
pan.
was a new one.
Remember that was going to
Flash in
be
the pan.
amazing, and that disappeared quick.
Roshes, which are coming back. We'll talk about those later. Those were a new. Gosh, a fly just almost went in my headphones. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, it's been a while, so not bad. I will say we've been begging for new shoes. Hey, and you know what? I'll just jump backwards real quick. Go to More Than Sneakers moment of the week. Talking to a guy in the office this week. He knows that I like sneakers. He's been asking me, he's thinking about getting in, and I told him, hey, no better time to get into sneakers than right now. We're at the floor.
Market's low. Yep,
the market is low. You have
the housing market and everything is the same right now.
The barriers to entry to get in the shoe game are low right now. So I gave him a couple of places to look. StockX, Goat, eBay.
Hey, listen, case in point is I almost sent this, and I will. If you go on Nike.com right now and you search Jordan Union, they have a pair of the lows in the gray colorway right now sitting. There's not I haven't bought a pair of shoes in a long time now, but for the price, it's retail to $150. They might be less on StockX. Actually, you could get them under retail maybe, but in a few years from now, those will be sick. Like those will be a dope shoe. You got it for low. They're sitting. It's a good time to get in. He's right.
Yeah. Tons of like your Air Max 1s, Air Max 90s on there, great summer shoes. And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes out on the horizon, but there's a lot of stuff sitting. There's a couple pairs that I need to bring up on the pod to see what you think about them. There's a pair in particular. I think they're called P6000. I'll have to look them up. I'll find it before the pod is over and tell you. But yeah, that was my More Than Sneakers moment. So shout out to, I think his name is Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. Hopefully we'll get an update and see if he gets in the shoe game anytime soon. So
I'm trying to think if I had anything similar, if I was wearing something or I don't think I've had anything exciting.
All right, then let's move on to the next shoe. And I just wanted to ask you about this craze. We've seen Josh Henley on this craze a lot recently. The Vomero craze.
I don't understand it. Is it just a continuation of the dad shoe? Is this Nike's dad shoe?
It feels like it. It feels like this is Nike's New Balance 990.
Yeah, 5. Yep.
That
I'm not.
gray shoe right there is totally a New Balance shoe.
Yeah. I'm not feeling it. I don't like this model of shoe. I don't know where this came from, or they just dug it out of the archive. And
yeah,
the brown one's not horrible.
5s.
Brown one's not horrible, but I mean, I'm not gonna wear these. This is What is it about? Why is this? Why are we doing this?
I know they're comfortable.
Are we just
the brown
bored?
and the blue are good. I think it's just the comfort factor. I think Nike is hopping on the wave of, to be honest, it's the Solomon, the on cloud wave that's going on, that people are valuing comfort and all that. And Nike, I mean, combined, like those gray ones scream New Balance comfort. Like that looks like a New Balance model.
Yeah, it does. And the blue.
Yeah. So I like Vomeros. I don't know if I would be willing to spend money to buy them when it's a regular general release shoe. I mean,
it's a running shoe. That's it.
It's a running shoe. Yeah. I've got plenty of those.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, let me see what you think about the ones I have on now. I've had these since 2012. What do you think?
What are those? I can't remember what they're called.
These are called Nike Free Powerline.
Yeah, they're dope. Blow it up on the string.
Oh, sorry. Very little.
I've seen you wear these before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably got them for like $25 or something.
I got these at the employee store in Memphis right when they came out. They were 110 when they came out, so I got them for 55.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
Not bad for 11 years later.
Yeah.
You got your money's worth.
Yep, exactly. So they'll turn into mowing shoes. Maybe turn into mowing shoes here on out. But all right, another running shoe that's coming back. It's actually was labeled a running shoe in the title, but Nike never meant for it to be a running shoe. Gosh, there is a fly that keeps flying around me that is ticking me off.
I've got a moth on my right and a spider.
I'm not gonna kill the spider.
My studio. He's not bothering nothing. He's probably killing the moth.
All right.
You think of all people, like I'd want to rid the world of spiders, but man, they.
Yeah, you would. I would think that.
See this, everybody? Isn't that shiny? That's not a gunshot wound. That's what happens when you get bit by a brown recluse, everyone.
Nasty.
What that?
All right. Anyways, walked into a Nike store a couple weeks ago, and Roshes are back in store. They're going to be re-releasing these. Just wonder, did you ever have Roshes?
Never. I've never. No. That was a little bit after my time. This was your high school, college, right?
Yeah, they started coming out around 2013, I think. Yeah. So
I was too old for these by then. I never had a pair of Roshes. My kids had some Roshes.
I've never had Yeezys, granted, but I will say this is the most comfortable shoe. Actually, when I heard they were coming back, I pulled mine back out that I hadn't worn in probably 5 years. And they are the most comfortable shoes by far.
The closest I had to these, an everyday sneaker that I wore for a long time that I would get another pair of and wear from this era, was the Jordan Eclipse.
Yeah.
Bone colorway. It was like a it was like moon dust or whatever. So it looked very similar to the one in the middle right here, but it was Jordan's version of the Roshi.
Yeah. Yeah, those were very similar.
Super light.
Not as fat sole, for sure.
No. The sole was a lot thinner. And, man, I wore those till they became mowing shoes. Loved them.
Yeah. Roshi's just hold such a weird place. In, like, when they first came out, you could not find them anywhere. And it
was just like the 87s. It's just like the Element 87, right? A really quick flash in the pan.
Yeah, and then they just flooded the market, and then Yeezy, Ye left Nike and said, "I want to kill the Roshi," and he pretty much did. I mean, that's what happened.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so
He said, "I'll take your Roshi and I'll up you."
yeah, no doubt.
That's fair.
So yeah, now that Kanye's gone, I guess they're bringing him back, and I could see them doing well. I mean, they had sold out releases all the time. Do you remember the Yeezy colorway? There's a few that stick out in my mind. There's a Yeezy colorway that was black with the pink.
I don't remember.
There was I think they called it iguana colorway. That was like the color of your hat almost on the sole, like gray with that teal sole. Yeah, a lot of cool colorways that were really, really, really popular and hard to find. But anyway,
I just thought of an analogy.
See if I get some.
I'm doing this off the top of my head, but here's what Yeezy did to the Roshi. If you're old enough to remember and you're listening to the podcast, there was this rapper. His name was Ja Rule, and he was getting all kinds of crap in the early 2000s, probably early 2000s, because he would sing on these songs and he would do these love-based songs, but the singing was the thing, and he'd get dragged through the mud by all these rappers. Well, along comes this young guy. His name is 50 Cent, and he starts this beef with him, kills him, like murder. You never heard of Ja Rule anymore. Takes the singing and does it. That's exactly what Yeezy did with the Roshi. It's like, I'm not just taking it, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to beat you with it, and I'm going to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Eek.
Yikes.
I think that's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezy,
yeah, I would
Yeezy
agree.
Roshi.
All right, let's see what's up next. We've got, I think you sent these in, Hayes.
Oh, dude, there's a
Superhero
draw.
pack.
Listen, this draw is on right now. And I'm not going to sit here and say I love all of these, but it's been well documented here, but that these hokey collabs with Lego and Batman, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The ones that are really crappy. And it says a lot because this is Kith. This is actually a ASICS Kith marble collab.
Okay.
So that says everything that you need to know. But this is great execution of this, where they took all the X-Men characters. I mean, I think the Gambit is my favorite one, and it's not close. Well, that's not true. I like the Wolverine.
Is that the khaki one?
That's the khaki and the red. Man, that one's a beautiful.
That is the best one. Best one by far to me.
This is a great execution of an idea. The box is awesome too. It looks like a comic book.
The box is really dope.
They killed this, and there's so many of these that just end up looking like a Walmart, KB Toys version of a shoe.
Yeah.
And this is dope, man. These are really dope.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, got mixed up.
What would you do different? Like,
what would I do different?
I feel like they could have done the Storm better. That's the white one and the gray one on the top. If you don't know comics,
yeah, I mean that one's. You got to have a white and a black one, just a plain one that's going to reach the masses.
Yeah, I don't like the gray. Maybe I don't like the. What does ASICS call their swoosh? What is that called? Do you know? I almost said the douche, but
I don't know what they call it.
Nike's got the swoosh. ASICS got the douche. We'll just call it the douche. So if
that's not.
I don't like the douche color. Like, imagine if it was more Concord and the gray was black and the black was gray. Like, that would be a cool looking. But they've also got two other, both of the Wolverines have the black, whatever you want to call that, toe box.
Yeah, I was going to ask what is the red Wolverine? Is that a different person?
No, this is two different eras of Wolverine. So if one of them, I believe the one on the left is called the Astonishing, if I'm not mistaken. My comic book history. and then the right is I'm wrong. The left is the OG. Like this is the original Wolverine costume from the first issue of Wolverine is the one on the left. The yellow and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Okay.
I've seen pictures. He's going to be in Deadpool 3 and Wolverine is going to wear that costume. And I think the right one on the right is called the Astonishing.
Okay.
I would just say I'm sorry, this is way too much comic book information. And I'm getting
Something
it wrong.
that I didn't know. Yeah. So we both agree number one is definitely the khaki and red. Who'd you say that was? I'm not sure.
This is Gambit is his name. He's
What's
a
the worst
Cajun
one?
dude.
It's the blue ones, right? Blue and white.
I was going to say the green ones on the bottom left. I like the blue ones okay if you're want to rock a lot of blue. The green with the green douche is not. That's the worst of them. The blue is just a predictable. It's a New Balance, basically. I don't mind that. I really think they messed up on the Storm, the white one. The white one could have been a lot better than it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess it makes sense with the Wolverine being so they're the same shoe pretty much with just the change in the douche color. Yeah. I hate that. Why did I just say that?
What is ASICS logo called? What is the ASICS logo called? The ASICS word mark executed in a custom font is written. No, that's not it. Oh man, this is. Did you know ASICS is an acronym that stands for Anima Sana Incorpore Sano, which means a sound mind and a healthy body. Tiger stripes. Okay. The Onitsuka tiger stripes. Those are called tiger stripes.
So you knew Onitsuka is what Phil Knight started selling out of his van,
Forgot about
which
that.
became Nike. And one of our internets is sucking right now. I don't know whose it is.
It's not me. I think I'm good. I got all bars.
Okay. You're coming across electronic for me, but I think it's my internet.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, we'll move on to the next one. I think I lost Hayes.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm looking at Wolverine costumes. I'm like thinking of the names, and now I really want
to know. Well, we're moving on.
Okay, keep
to
going.
The Hall of Fame pack of Ray Allen.
Man, this is so sick.
These are dope. I guess these. So let's see. The top left, that had to be the Bucks, right? His Bucks days. Because the others, we got all his other teams, right? We got Sonics on the top right, then the Celtics, then the Heat. So is the top left
so.
the Bucks?
Maybe.
He didn't have another team, right? He had 4 teams, correct?
Bucks, Sonics, Heat. Bucks,
Celtics.
Sonics, Heat, Celtics. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah,
that has to be the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the Bucks.
The Celtics PEs are definitely the coolest. He wore those in the finals.
Oh yeah. And you know what is this? Is this the 28s? The ones that looks like the boot, that comes up the sock. Man, as time goes on, those are a great shoe. As time has gone on.
Oh, I agree.
And
I agree.
Maybe it's because I just love the Kobe Elites too that they remind me of. That's the same year, if I'm not mistaken, or close to it. And that sock thing is just so sick. I don't know why I love that so much.
Look these up. I know I wasn't crazy about the 28s when they came out, but when I saw Westbrook wear the bamboo colorway of these,
yes, that's
unbelievable. Yes. Unbelievable. It changed my mind, my whole perspective about this shoe just on that one colorway. Yeah, I've wanted those since then.
Simple. Here they are, simple and plain and Bad radio. But it's not difficult. I mean, it is just a. Oh man, those are beautiful. And I think, as I remember, I think I had a pair of these. I didn't have the shroud or whatever on it. I just had the regular ones. Great basketball shoes.
All right, let's see what's next. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties up here.
You're fine.
All right, this is the last one I got. But let me see if I can, before we get to the last one. Let me find a good picture of this next shoe. Bad radio. Oh, I can't find a good picture. We're going to get a bad picture.
Bad radio. What are you trying to pull up? The Crazy Infinities? Is that what you're trying to pull up?
Nope. The Austin Reeves one.
Oh my gosh. Why does Austin Reeves have a shoe?
It's because this random brand startup just decided they were going to give him a shoe.
But why Austin Reeves? You can't do another. There's not another all-star that doesn't have a signature shoe. It's Austin freaking Reeves. It's just because he's in LA and it's a big market, probably.
Right. And because he's white and he caught fire in the playoffs.
Relatively. Well, he scored 15 a game.
Right.
That's not catching fire.
But for an undrafted guy, like, he wasn't getting, he probably would have after this year, but he wasn't getting free shoes from anybody. Right?
Let's think of all the players that do not have a signature shoe. Okay? Think about, let's say, Giannis does, Kyrie, KD, LeBron. Does Joel Embiid have a signature shoe? Does he have his own model? I don't think so. He was the MVP. Does Jokic? Ooh, he's back-to-back MVP and just won MVP of the finals.
He's the sole wearer of, he's the prime athlete for the GT.
Yeah, but it's not called the Jokic.
It's not called the Jokic.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I think the argument can be made that this undrafted white guy was white privileged into his own sneaker shoe before who knows how many people. That could be made.
Yeah, I would love to know the history of this company. I agree.
Why Austin Reeves? Like, why? The answer would be he's a white guy in LA, right?
Well,
LA's
I'm not disagreeing with you, but if you look at it from the other side, if this company, if you were an NBA player worth millions of dollars, and this company called Rigor came to you and like, hey, we want to be your sole sneaker provider, I'm not like, you can have a lot of injuries from shoes. People might have just said no. I'm not going to wear those. Like, I don't care if you make the coolest shoe for me. I'm not going to wear a sharpshooter logo on the side of my foot. I'm just going to wear Nike. I will rather pay for Nikes than wear this.
Hey, listen, it looks just like the Stone Island logo, right? It's a ripoff. What is this shoe brand called? Rigoro?
Rigor. It's even hard to say. It's a terrible name for
Where
a
are they
company.
from?
No idea.
All that to be said, this shoe is trash. This is a garbage shoe.
And the first thing they came up with is an ice cream colorway. Like, maybe he loves ice cream, but I still wouldn't go with an ice cream colorway.
Okay, blow me up real quick. The question would be, is this shoe better or worse than the Kyrie one?
So is that his signature shoe?
Or this is what he's going to be wearing. What is this called? Shockwave 5. With his first signature. Oh, no. It says early. But that's what he's going to be wearing.
Yeah.
The Shockwave 5 is better.
It's better. Yeah, the Anta is definitely better. That's what I'm saying.
I've never and probably never would wear an Anta, but they're not. Those aren't horrible.
They look very similar to the Sabrina Ionescu ones from Nike.
You say that so well. I've never been able to say her name. Hey, so speaking of just random stuff like this, have we talked about the Scoot Henderson? I know you weren't a fan
I
of
don't think
these.
so.
The Pumas.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was like a lifestyle shoe, right? That wasn't his basketball shoe.
This is
Correct?
All Pro Nitro PE. It says men's lifestyle, but you don't think that's going to be a shoe that he wears?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's a basketball shoe.
Okay.
I'm a big Scoot Henderson fan.
I know you are.
Real big.
Can I do? Well, no. We can move on. Keep going.
I think all I've got left is drip flops. Our worst.
This one
of the week.
It's got to be it's two. We got two of them.
I've got two things. I've got three on here, but yeah, I think you know the two.
Yep. Where to start? Where to start? Let's start with the hat.
What was the deal behind the hat?
I don't know.
So if you're not on YouTube, we're looking at a purple. Looks like a vacuum sealed hat. Almost.
It is a vacuum sealed hat.
It is a vacuum sealed.
Vacuum sealed in some sort of foam.
Right.
But it's a New York Yankees hat, and apparently this is becoming a thing, like a fashionable something, where you wear these hats that are vacuum sealed in foam. I mean, I guess it keeps the hat real nice. Like if you ever want to cut it off, right? But what the crap is the purpose? Because this is hideous. You should be punched if I see you. If I see someone out wearing this hat, I might punch them.
Yeah, this is any face under this hat is punchable for sure.
Why?
It's almost it's very bad. I mean, if you haven't seen these yet, log on to YouTube because this is one of the worst hats I have ever seen in my entire life.
And I think the why is as simple as fashionable. Why not? Let's try it. I think that's the why. I don't think it doesn't have any other purpose other than what's something new we can do. Let's wrap a hat in foam.
What is like, what would you, the texture of this, how would you say, because it feels like I should know what this is and it's on other stuff, but I just can't put my finger on it, like what it would be relatable to. Okay.
Have you ever seen, it's a pool toy that's called a wobble? You ever heard of a wobble?
I don't think so.
Let me hit the Google. Wobbles are these.
Wobble.
It's like a balloon. It's a cousin of a balloon. And
it's a cousin of a balloon, but it's like it's like a ball, right?
It is like a ball that you blow up. You can use air, or a lot of kids play with them in the pool. And you can fill it up, and it becomes this humongous thing. Look how big these bubbles are. It looks like a wobble.
You're so delayed on my screen that I cannot even see your phone yet.
Oh, that's a dang shame.
Yeah.
It looks like a wobble or a pool noodle. It's got a little bit of that feel to it.
Yeah, I figured out what I was thinking. It looks like an exercise ball. Like the same material as an exercise ball.
That's similar to a wobble, the texture.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
It looks like an exercise ball on a hat.
Yeah. The purple color, too. Like, they might have stolen an exercise ball and covered it.
They easily could have stolen it. Oh, but don't let me start on these Crocs. This is a mischief. So basically, the big red boot that's come out, they've decided to partner up with Croc and create this thing that looks like a birdhouse. It looks like Big Bird's birdhouse. The fact that they kept the strap on the back is, I don't know how you can make this worse, but they did it. They made it worse by adding the strap. Oh, let's call out that they're also $450 for this big yellow boot.
Yeah, they're at least more breathable than the red ones.
They are more breathable.
You get a $50 price increase on just the Crocs collab. Don't know how I feel about that, but
that's how the Mischief boots are $400.
I think so. Yeah, I think they were $450.
Wow. Would you?
That's not
okay, I walk up to you. All right, Mason. I got these Mischief yellow boots. I'll give you $1,000 to wear these to work tomorrow.
Yeah, for $1,000 for one day. Yeah, I'm taking it.
Okay.
I'm breaking necks in work tomorrow morning if I'm wearing these.
I'm trying to think of some other ridiculous. You go to a wedding, your sister's wedding. Hey, I'll give you $1,000 to wear this boot to your sister's wedding.
She would probably not let me. My wife probably wouldn't let me. But if it's solely my decision, I think I might.
Okay.
$1,000. We were having this conversation earlier, this week, with our small group, and there's not a ton I wouldn't do for $1,000. I mean, $1,000 isn't that much money, but I mean, if it's just simply wearing something for one day for $1,000, then yeah, I'm probably doing it. The question that I had, and this isn't a good time for it, but I'll go ahead and say it anyways. What is the lowest amount of money that you would eat a live worm for, given that you wouldn't have any medical bills?
Oh, not much. $10. It wouldn't be that. $20.
Mine was 200. I was the lowest at 200.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the lowest. Yeah,
you got to also recall, man. I've eaten a lot of, just short of poop. I've eaten a lot of stuff.
That's fair. Mine was of the notion of like, maybe I can go low enough that somebody would say, "Okay, I will do that."
No, I would easily.
Like, I don't really want to eat a worm, but I would definitely, like, if somebody offered me, even if we got to negotiating and my starting price was 200, like I could go lower. But I was just trying to bait somebody into it, you know?
Okay.
Trying to make some money.
$200. Like I'd eat multiple worms for $200. I'd eat 10 worms for $200.
That sounds like a great. I don't know the medical complications with eating worms, because if you get a tapeworm, that's like a parasite, right? That's like really, really bad.
But do those live in earthworms?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so. I think I'd just poop it out and be fine.
Yeah. A fried worm I'd eat for free.
I would say $20. I would eat a worm or an earthworm.
I think we could get enough $20 people in here to have like a raise money for charity type thing. Watch you eat worms. It's like a 4th of July hot dog eating contest, but just straight worms. Like $20 a worm. How much money do you think you could raise?
A lot of money. We could do it for adoption. I'll donate that money to somebody to adopt a baby.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Our last drip flop of the week. Great transition,
this
right?
Is random. Like this mid is the flop.
Yeah, I just saw it. It was just it's more the premise behind the mid.
It's a grade school.
I don't think so. This is a grape colorway. And so it's more just behind the premise of taking colorways. It's rare that they really nail it on a signature model's colorway. Like in this instance, the Grape 5, and switching it over to a new shoe, but especially a Jordan Mid, this is very ugly.
This is horrible.
I don't know anybody who would wear this.
The black.
Like, what do you wear this with? You're wearing purple, teal, and red.
Dude, listen, you're wearing a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket with this shoe.
Plus red.
Easy. The red, you can throw off the red. The red's just an accent. You wear a LaMelo Ball jersey with this shoe to a Hornets game, and everybody will be like, "Oh, he did it!" Like, you'd probably get props at it. Just don't meet Michael Jordan wearing a LaMelo Ball jersey with his shoe on, please. And the hat would match perfect. Look at that.
That would go well, yeah. Agreed.
Yuck. This looks like a grade school shoe.
Yeah, it might be. But like I said, this was the lowest of the drip flops. So the other two were way higher on the list. So that's all I've got. That is all I've got for Inside the Box.
That was a lot. We've had a lot of news.
Yeah,
I really want to come back and talk about the Kobe, whatever it's called, crazy. If we need to spend more time with that, we'll do that next week.
Okay.
There's several that we need to spend a little more time on.
Yeah, we held back some for this week, but we'll get them on next week. Trying to think. All right, outside the box news. We already went over the Titans jerseys. There's more NFL jerseys that came out. The Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys are coming back.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay. So, please, I only paid attention to the Titans and everything else went to the wayside.
I think the Eagles have teased one, which if they had those Reggie White, like Kelly Green jerseys coming back, those would be dope.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I don't know anybody else.
I think I've said this the time before, but outside the box is Post Malone has a new album coming out in 2 days, and I am low-key a big I love Post Malone, man. That's going to be fun. It's really I can go on a little bit of a rant. Last night I went to a concert, which was Greta Van Fleet, which is probably the biggest rock band in the world, at least America, I bet. And the bar is so low with music right now. Everything is so the same. Shoes, music, like the bar is just so low right now that things that would just have been in as the kids say right now, mid 10 or 15 years ago are hot and classic. And they're not good. Like, I'm sorry, let me take that back. Greta Van Fleet is dope, but it made me think of so many things right now that people love are. That's how low the bar is of I don't know, excellence maybe. I don't know. It's weird, but I feel like there's a correlation with the shoe stuff right now, and that everything is pretty trash generally, and then music comes out and you get all excited. So, for instance, I'm a DJ, and so I listen to a lot of music. Little Uzi Vert came out, and it's the number one record on Billboard or whatever. Two things. Number one, he's a devil worshiper. Number one. Number two is that it's trash. I couldn't get through 10 seconds max of any song. It's not good, but yet it's the number one song in the country or number one album. The bar is really, really low. Like, people need to, I don't know. I can get on a huge soapbox of a lot of different things here.
Okay. All right.
You disagree?
I don't really have an opinion right now on music. I've been more into the podcast game, which I guess tells you how music has been.
It's not good.
I've actually been listening. So I'm not a country fan at all. I have actually been listening. Jelly Roll's prominent in my playlist right now.
Did we talk? I felt like we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about that. Out. Yeah.
Now I'm already over it. Like I listened to it. I listened to a country music through for the first time, maybe in my life, at least since I was 14 or 15, and that was the Jelly Roll album. And I could listen to it. I haven't listened to it since, but I mean, it wasn't bad. And
no, I mean, I liked it.
There's hope because generally I really like Post Malone and I like what he's about, and he puts out good stuff and it comes from a good place. In the same way, I love Bruno Mars. When Bruno Mars drops, I'm there.
All right. I mean, those are solid. Yeah, I'm not a huge Post Malone fan, but maybe I'll start listening after this album. I'll definitely give it a listen, see how it goes. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not huge on the music right now, unfortunately.
To be fair, there's not a lot to be huge on. It's everything that comes out is not very good. Here's what it is. Look, let's just call it like it is. Music is money. And so follow the money. And so whatever is deemed hot by the powers that be, the Illuminati. I'm kind of being serious. Whoever decides what is cool and what's not, what music is good and what's not, man, they pick the same crap and it all sounds exactly the same. And so when something sounds a little different, that's when I pay attention. And Post Malone is different. It's different.
Yeah, that's fair.
It sounds different, and I can get on board with something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from for sure. I had changing gears. I had two. Well, you brought up one option for a top five. I had a top five along similar lines. So I was gonna. You had mentioned. Did you say team nicknames at the beginning of the show?
Team names. Worst team names.
Team name. Worst team names. Okay. Well, I had NBA player nicknames. Top five.
Oh, that's easy.
If we want to do,
we've done that before. No,
I don't think so. So I was gonna say we could have two lists, one current and one retired players.
Okay.
But so let's go through that first, and then we'll think about see if we have time for the team names.
Okay.
What's your number one? We won't draft. We'll just go back and forth.
Magic.
Magic. Ooh, I didn't think about that one. I think the Black Mamba. It's got to be one of the coolest nicknames ever.
Dr. J.
Did you say Dr. J?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor definitely up there on my list. Trying to think of good ones. Would you count the round mound of rebound?
Yes.
I mean, that's
or
a
Sir
nickname,
Charles.
but
Sir Charles is probably
Sir Charles. Yeah.
So in the same way, and this will be top 3 or 4, would be Air Jordan. Like that's going to be way, way up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't count MJ. MJ is not a good.
It's Air Jordan.
No initials. Initials are not a good nickname.
Yep.
Air Jordan is a good one.
I'm thinking of memorable ones like Dominique was the Human Highlight Film. Clyde the Glide is
Vince
a good
Carter,
one.
Vinsanity, or Half Man, Half Amazing. Clyde the Glide.
The Dream, the Mailman, that's a good one. I hate
the Mailman is a good one.
Good
I thought of that one. What Black Jesus was Pearl Monroe?
No, that was
is that right?
No.
That was who Ray Allen in the movie was named after. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yep. No. Black. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Wilt the Stilt. Right?
The Microwave. That's another one that's a good one.
That's a good one. The White Mamba. Brian Scalabrine.
Brian Scalabrine.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I think we've gone through most of the ones. I would say top 5. You got to go Air Jordan, Kobe's, Black Mamba, Dr. J, Magic. It leaves you with one left, right? I would say the Mailman is a really good one.
That's a really good one. It's stuck for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about? Do you know many present day?
I mean, LeBron wants to be known as the king, but like, who calls him that? Like, nobody.
Oh,
It's
you got
LeBron.
real electronic on me.
It's you. You're getting
LeBron, the
electronic.
king.
I got all bars.
Oh gosh, I think I'm showing all bars too.
Man, is there a current man?
Hold on 1 second. I don't want to be electronic.
Bad radio, guys. But
Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
I
My
don't know.
favorite current NBA nickname is what's his name? He plays for the Kings. He's their sixth man. Or no, he's like their seventh man. Mitchell. Davion Mitchell.
What's
His nickname is Off Day. Because whenever you play him, you're gonna have an off day because he's a defensive stopper. I think that's a dope nickname. Off Day.
I've never heard that. T-Mac, like that's a memorable one.
Yeah.
The Freak.
Greek Freak.
Is that the Greek Freak? That's probably the current.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Beard.
Beard.
Is that his nickname? Do you know him as that?
The brow. It's only descriptives. Yeah.
I think LeBron wants to be known so much like Magic is Magic, and he's just not. He's just. By the way, let me say this: Mason's a dad. I'm a dad. Free shout out and prayers for LeBron James and LeBron James' family, as his son had a cardiac arrest yesterday or today. Like, forget any issues or whatever I have, and some of it is just the fact that I'm a Jordan guy. Forget all that. Kids, don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with LeBron's kids. So prayers and blessings go out to Bronny James and his family.
All right, there we go. Can you hear me better?
Yep. I could hear you fine before.
Okay, well, I was getting electronic, so had to switch to my AirPods and my iPad. So we'll just do the rest of it from here. Yeah, no doubt. That's extremely scary. To be 19 years old and like not out of shape, you know? That's the scary part too. It's like perfect health, everything. So pretty definitely scary for that. Yeah.
What was your other top five? That's it. That's good.
Yeah, we can just do that. I was gonna say the team nicknames that you were gonna say. Worst nickname? Worst team?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it real quick.
All right. Trying to figure out this.
I mean, we've already talked about the Guardians and the Commanders. I feel like both those are way up there. And maybe it was just maybe let's be real. It's probably because the knee jerk at the time when that happened, they felt pressure. And so they were just like, we got to pick something. We got to get. And so, Guardians. Commanders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. And let's take our time on our name when we name our football teams, or any sports team. I was at a concert last night. I told you it was at it was at Bridgestone, and I looked up at the banners because I'm at the Preds, and out of my head, because it doesn't matter. I was like, can I name all of these teams? And the Blue Jackets, horrible name.
Horrible name. Agreed. That is a terrible
one. That is a really bad name. The Minnesota Wild. It's a bad name. That's a really bad name. Hockey's
Would you say that Wild? That's not much worse than, I know that this team name has history, but Lakers. That's a bad.
You can't pick against it because the history. Yeah, but it means something now. I'm sure at the time you were like, well,
the Minneapolis Lakers, just because they have a lot of lakes there.
Yeah, but at the time, I mean, they're like, oh, there's a lot of lakes. Makes sense, right? And now it's so iconic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other really bad ones. They're just like, where did that come from? Or that's so stupid.
Yeah.
There's a lot in college, and there's even more in AAA baseball. We should
get
into AAA baseball.
Very funny, but that's
banana
too long of a
slugs.
list. What's the worst in baseball then? Just in baseball in general. I mean, what's an Astro?
Yeah, but also they have a ton of history.
Right.
What's an Astro?
The Cincinnati Reds. What's a Red?
Yeah, but they're. It's got to be something newer because those all sound okay because they're so old.
Yeah. No, just because they're old, I agree that they have history and they wouldn't change it, but it's not a good team name. Like the Lakers is not a good team name.
Not for being in California, that doesn't make any sense for sure.
Right.
What's a Clipper? What the heck is a Clipper?
I think it's a ship, right?
Yeah, that's dumb. Like,
well, what about the Oakland Athletics?
That's a dumb name. That's a bad name. It's only cool because of history, right?
Right. Like, so here's one that's historic that doesn't really have a meaning. I mean, it has a meaning, but like the Giants, that's a good team name. You want to be a Giant? But it doesn't really have anything to do with your city, I don't think.
Well, in the same way, what the heck is a Dodger?
I was going to say that as well. The Dodgers. Right. Yeah,
I feel like there's not. So on the other end, what's a really good name that you're just like, especially recent, someone that moves cities or a newer team?
So somebody that moves cities, that's not a good name. What is the Oklahoma City Thunder? What's that about? I don't know. Does it have a reason?
The Buffalo being loud. It's the Thunder. Yes, that. I don't like it, but that's where it came from. Sense. Is like the sound of a herd running through a field or pasture.
I like, even if it's a stretch, just anything that has to do with like that city. So like the Titans being the Athens of the South in Nashville. I think that's where that comes into play.
Yeah. The San Antonio Spurs, Cowboys, like Dallas Cowboys, like
Texas Rangers.
Sense. Texas Rangers.
Yeah, I agree. See, and you're right with the Astros, like Houston, the Houston Rockets, because there's a lot of space stuff in Houston.
Dude, here,
so that makes sense.
Look, I don't know this for sure.
An Astro is.
No, here's where it comes from. I bet you, I don't know this for sure, but there's it's a cowboy song. I think, I don't believe I know this, but do you know it's like a catchphrase, I guess, that goes, "The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas." Do you know that?
Yeah, I think so.
Bet you that's where that comes from. It's like Astro is like stars.
Maybe like the Astrodome?
Stars.
Was the Astrodome before?
Was that first after? Or it's probably after?
I don't know.
Seattle Seahawks, like they're on like that makes sense.
Is a Seahawk a real animal or is it a seagull?
No. A Seahawk is a osprey, is technically, but they're also called Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
So if you're close to the coast, it makes sense, right?
Okay.
Charlotte Bobcats, like what the heck does that mean?
Yeah, there might be Bobcats in Charlotte, but I don't know. The Predators is a stretch to me. Cool team name, but it is a stretch. They found bones when they were digging for the...
That is the stretchest stretch.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
What would you call them then? That's a better question.
That's a better question, yeah.
Are you a alliteration fan? Tennessee Titans, Nashville, whatever.
No, not particularly. It's like I do like it when they have an alliteration, but it's not a huge
I feel
thing.
like had the Nashville Knights not been a thing at the time, the Nashville
that would
Knights
be
would have been
really dope.
But then I feel like that means what's Las Vegas, the Golden Knights?
Yeah.
Like that would have messed that up. So they'd have to come up with a different name. But
I will say, I know we're not big WNBA fans, but they have good team names besides the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky.
Yeah, that's 2. They only have like 12 teams.
That's true. But New York Liberty, that's a good team name.
Great name. Shout out to my daughter whose name is Liberty.
There's another one that I was going to say.
The Phoenix Sun?
Phoenix Mercury. Yeah.
But Suns also makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Oh, gosh. I had
what the heck's a Trailblazer?
Las Vegas Aces. That's a good Vegas team name.
That makes total sense. That's a really good name.
Mean, that's a good one. The Trailblazers, that's just for the Oregon Trail, right?
Oregon
Portland
Trail.
Right. 49ers is a bad, they could have been just like the Gold Rushes or something.
Yeah, but does that sound better than the 49ers? It's like, okay, I can follow that.
Yeah.
The Rams, where did that come from? There's no Rams, is there Rams in Missouri, right? Because that's where they originally were. Or were they in LA first and then?
Oh, they were in LA first. Yeah, that's right. LA.
And then they went to back.
What's a Charger?
What the heck is a Charger?
I think it's what goes under your dinner plate.
Yeah. Why is it a lightning bolt? And what does that mean? I'm sure there's something better in San Diego that could be sea lion or that's bad.
A walrus.
Walrus. One of my favorites, and this is just because it was so bad, right? This has gone way over. So bad that you love it would be rest in peace to the Hartford Whalers. Great.
Hartford Whalers was a good name. That name would have definitely been canceled by PETA by now.
You think so?
Yeah, whaler?
Dude,
don't they just kill whales?
Dude, I don't think the world cares enough about that to cancel them. I think it's all about the percentage of people that is going to be offended. And I don't think there's enough people that would have been offended by that.
Care about whalers. The Hartford Whalers was a really good team.
It's just a numbers game.
The best logo.
And logo.
The best logo.
That logo.
In all of sports.
Man, you would never have. So whenever the Sega Genesis came out, that was 91 or 92. I was big into hockey at that time. And so I bought a hockey game, which was like NHL, whatever. And they were the worst team. And so that's when you started a dynasty. You always wanted to start with the worst team. I was always the Hartford Whalers. Throwback.
Very nice. What I'm looking at behind you, what's a supersonic?
What is a supersonic?
I don't know. Does that have to do with the Space Needle?
Well, in that case, why would Chicago be a bowl? Is there a lot of bowls in Illinois? Right? Sorry, here's what he's referring to. My studio wall.
Timberwolves. Wait, a raptor wasn't even a real dinosaur? It's a velociraptor.
I mean, but why Canada? Why Toronto?
And the Raptors logo is not a velociraptor either. It's a T-Rex. What was that?
I've never thought of that. That's messed up. That's really messed up.
The dinosaurs would be really ticked off.
The 76ers makes tons of sense.
That's a good one.
All right, we need to let these people go.
Yeah, with that, that's a 70-minute happy hour right there. You get a little bonus drinking time for yourself.
Yeah.
With that, we thank you for joining the Still Drippin Happy Hour. Sorry my audio is a little fuzzy because we had to switch over, but regardless, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.
Amen.
Hayes, did you learn anything today?
I learned, as we have learned multiple times in this thing, most of the time, you just do the next right thing, and you end up feeling a lot better. And I feel a lot better because I did this with you.
Amen.
How about that?
Agree wholeheartedly. And with that, we're just going to let it ride out. We'll see you next week. Peace.
We did it. 120